For this video, we're going to show you how to live score an individual duel match. This is very helpful to use to help with stats and correct information that's being entered in. All it requires really is a Chromebook or any other type of laptop that has internet access, and you can tie it to a track wrestling clock, or you can tie it to a extended screen or for a scoreboard. Most of us are familiar with that, but if you're not, let's go through the basics of live scoring. So we'll log in, say I'm Hewitt and I'm hosting Thompson for a duel match at home one evening. I go to log into my account, go to my schedule page, find the event. So here's the duel match at the bottom. I'd click it. Now here's all the information. First thing we need to do is make sure we have wrestlers. I'd click on 106. I'd make sure my wrestlers are who I need to have. So I want to do 106 and let me find a versus their 113. So you're always going to verify the weight class. You can change the weight class if you need to. Make sure the kids check in before the match. And then don't worry about any of this other information. Then you can click save. Okay. And you could go through and preload all the wrestlers if you need to. If somebody's not wrestling, you would just leave it blank and you would save it. That way Riley here is wrestling unknown. So we'll say Riley's getting a forfeit at 113. And we would just continue going through and adding the wrestlers. Make sure we have the right wrestlers at the right weight. So once we have all of our lineups done, or if you're doing it one at a time, we can do that. Your table worker would just click on the correct weight class, and there's their information. You would set it up. Go over here to live entry at the top. Here's our screen again. We want to make sure our wrestlers are lined up properly. Okay, you have all your settings over here. So we're going to start with 106. I'd click on the 106 match. Make sure our names of the wrestlers are correct. Okay, make sure we're on the right weight class, counting team points. Or if this is an exhibition match, you click extra match. But we're going to say this is a regular real match. So we'll save and continue. Here's our interface to live score. Okay, start, stop. You can use the down arrow key to start and stop the match, or you can just click the buttons. Okay, if you need to change the time, you highlight it, type in the time, then click set, and then you're ready to go again. Okay. A couple things I always like to point out to people is click the words, not the numbers on the side. Now, if you get in a pinch and you forgot something, you have to click a +1, then you can click it. But it's always good to click the words. Okay. So as the wrestlers check in, you've got your scoreboard up and ready. You're going to start in the neutral position. If you need to change a team's color, so you need to flip the colors, notice you can change that here. Okay, because Thompson's red, Hewitt's probably red, so somebody's going to have to be green. Okay, so if you need to change the color of the wrestlers, you can. So reset the match to 2 minutes. We're in period 1, and we'll start the time. Say green gets a takedown. You're going to click on the word takedown. Notice the menus have now changed due to their positions. If you click, say it was red that got the takedown, not green, you just click on the word takedown and delete. And then you have to change them back to neutral and then give the takedown to red. Okay, so red got the takedown. Maybe he gets a couple near fall points. Notice the words appear in the middle. Period keeps going, period keeps going. They go out of bounds. Just for display purposes, I'm going to shorten this up here. So no change, no change. End of the period. Okay. Ref flips the coin. We need to click this next button. It will take us to the choice, into period 1 choice. Say green wins the coin flip. They're going to defer. Red now has choice. Red's going to go on bottom. Now notice we're in period 2. You need to go back and change it. You can go back to choice 1 and change your information if you need to. But we're in period 2 now. Okay. Red's on bottom, green's on top. Notice the menu is already set for you. Start the period. Wrestle through. Red gets a stalling. Okay. Red gets another stalling, but then gets an escape. Then green gets a takedown. Notice it goes in order of the action. Okay. Then somebody gets hurt. We'll stop, say we got blood time. We can start blood time. Okay. Stop blood time. Say red has a head or neck injury. We click start over here. Or if they get recovery time, whatever clock you need, just make sure we stop what we need. So notice this is really small in the middle. All you have to do is click set, and it's big again, and then we'll start the match back. Okay, so let's change the clock to 0. Oops. Okay, and we're going to set, and we're going to finish the period out. Now we're going to click the next button. Now green, it tells you green has choice. Okay, green has choice. So green's going to go neutral this time. Notice the menus adjust. We're now in period 3. We can start the clock. Say green gets a takedown. Also gets a locking hand. Say they locks hands, so we'll stop. And we're going to give a penalty point for locking hands. Then we'll start again. And we just continue the process. Okay, if we need to go to overtime, we can go to overtime if we need to. And we can always change this if we need to. But say at the end of the match, there's a last second takedown by green. Start. Oops. Well, if I can press the buttons correctly. Into the match, green has won 8-6. Very important. We're going to click on result on the left-hand menu over here. This load saying green won 8-6 in overtime, but say something weird happened, you need a change, you can just click on the name, or you can click on the drop-down menus. Say it wasn't overtime, it was a regular period, so we have all these choices. So we're going to say green won by a decision. Okay, you have tech fall, major decision, or regular decision. You won 8-6, then you click save result. Once you click save result, it's going to take you back to the main menu. You click on the next match, it's 113. Riley's going to catch a forfeit, so we need to change this to blank. Okay, so Riley doesn't have anybody to wrestle, but we have to load the match. He goes out and gets his hand raised. We'll click result. We're going to click on Riley because there's no Thompson wrestler here. He gets a forfeit, and then we'll save again. Then we go to the next match, and we keep going through the process. So that's the basics for scoring a dual match.